I'm Molly Berkholtz, and I'm a conservation technician for Madison Parks. From DeForest, Wisconsin. I've lived in the area my whole life. I am fortunate to have spent a lot of time outside growing up. My parents took me camping and canoeing my whole life. And I love being outside. I love physically doing things. I went to DeForest. I thought that I wanted to get into welding, and I was convinced that I should go to college. I went to UW-Madison and studied environmental sciences. I played a lot of ultimate frisbee. After college, ended up getting a job as a seasonal with forestry, treating trees for emerald ash borer. From there, I got a 75% parks worker position and was fortunate enough to work in all of the different parts of the parks department and meet a lot of different folks there. I briefly worked at the mall concourse before transferring into a job as an LMW, or landscape maintenance worker. I managed a lot of the sign beds and smaller plantings, focusing on using native plants in our landscaping, and then was fortunate enough to get a job fully in the conservation department in parks. We are at Prairie Ridge Conservation Park. We are burning brush piles. There's a lot of invasive shrubs in this area, and so we were removing the invasive shrubs and cutting up some down woody debris and burning the brush piles so that we can establish native grasses through here and hopefully burn all of this area as one unit. I think that there's two people that really impacted me getting into an environmental field. I was a Girl Scout for 10 years, and I had an incredibly active troop leader who also worked for the DNR. And so we did a lot of camping and tree identification and building bluebird houses, and were really active outside. And then my favorite teacher in high school was Mr. Qualheim. He was the welding teacher primarily, but he also taught an environmental class, and it talked a lot about the very basic parts of the job that I do today. I think Women in Construction Week is focusing on women who are doing jobs that historically haven't been presented as options to them. They're operating heavy equipment, they're getting dirty, and doing lots of work that historically they're excluded from. I think relative to some other people I've talked to, I've had a really good experience and been really fortunate with the people that I've worked with. I think that I would love for people to just take the opportunity to try different things. You don't know if you love something or hate something until you do it. And I think that a lot of people are pushed into doing things. And if there's something that sounds really interesting that you think could be for you, give it a shot.